All right, it's time for another edition of You Make the Call.
IBM presents You Make the Call.
At some point in the future, the Green Bay Packers win another Super Bowl. Who will be their starting quarterback? A. Jordan Love. B. Not Jordan Love. C. Not Jordan Love and not Josh Jacobs as the running back. The answer, of course, is C. Made a video at the end of last year about how Jordan Love's the new most overrated quarterback in the NFL. Coming into this game, it was like, nobody can stop Josh Jacobs and the Packers running attack, and the Packers are just unstoppable. And I saw Jordan Love do basically nothing until garbage time. Nothing. And Josh Jacobs fumbled on the opening drive. So I guess didn't quite work out for the Packers Bobos out there. And the media that wants to turn the Packers into the greatest thing ever every year. The only reason this was even a game at the end is because the Vikings did their usual Moab.
The Moab? The mother of all prevents.
Look at Jordan Love. The first Vikings-Packers game, he got 3 touchdowns in the fourth quarter, 3 touchdown passes. This past week, he gets 2 touchdown passes in the fourth quarter. Pretty much after the game is decided. Now, it's the Vikings. The Vikings find a way to make games that are decided close. But 5 touchdowns. 5 garbage touchdowns against the Vikings this year. So Jordan Love's quarterback rating is 97.3 for the year. You take away those 5 garbage touchdown passes and all the garbage passing statistics he's got against the Vikings. You know what his quarterback rating is? 7.3 for the season. He's just a guy. Whereas Sam Darnold is a man. Sam Darnold is the guy. Look at that touchdown pass to Addison in the third quarter. The way he feels that rush, just steps up just enough, makes that perfect throw over the defender. He throws that interception, and how does he respond? The very next drive, 5 for 5, 55 yards, touchdown pass. He pulls momentum back in the Vikings' favor, and he never stops firing. Love that guy. In that final drive with Darnold, the Vikings needed 2 first downs to avoid having to give the ball back to Green Bay. Darnold gets some 2 first downs. Also, some other guys stepped up. C.J. Ham, who made that awful lined up in the neutral zone on a punt a couple weeks ago, stays in bounds. And Cam Akers, what a catch. Darnold underthrew it. That was this close to being an incompletion. Guys are making plays. Probably the saddest thing of all in this game is that Justin Jefferson one-handed catch didn't count. They should just, if you make a one-handed catch like that, any penalty on your team should not count on that play. That catch, that's up there with the 4th and 19. Not quite at the level because Vikings didn't need that play to win, but it's like that. This guy, he's incredible. Incredible. What wasn't incredible was the Vikings special teams. Will Reichert now sucks. He came up short on a 57-yard field goal. I don't know if it's his quad or whatever it is, but indoors, 57 yards in 2024, you should clear that by 5 to 10 yards easy. Comes up short. He missed a 55-yarder that thankfully Green Bay's guy was lined up in the neutral zone or I don't know. I couldn't really see it myself, but he got bailed out there regardless. He missed that kick. And then he missed the 43-yarder off the left upright late in the game. So he missed 3 kicks. He was 1 for 4. Brandon Powell muffed a punt. And then there was a horrible low punt by our punter. And the Green Bay guy had probably nobody within 15 yards of him, but he called fair catch. Viking special teams, it's got problems. The late game defense, as usual, just collapsed. They went into their mother of all prevents. They start rushing 3, or when they blitz, they have no sense of urgency. They stop covering guys. They lay way back and just try to keep everything in front of them. And what that does is it guarantees the opponent will score in 1 to 2 minutes. I don't understand why don't you risk letting them beat you deep? Because if they beat you deep, they score in 15 seconds. If you let them score with the prevent, they score in 1 minute. What's the difference? Because if you actually put pressure on them the way you've been the whole game, they probably don't score at all. I don't understand it. But it sucks a lot of the joy out of the win because Vikings were so much better for the first 2.5 quarters. They were so much better. They were so much better than that overrated Packers team. But they had to make it a game at the end. Just as they were so much better than the Packers in the first Packers-Vikings game. But they had to make it a game. It gets old. By the way, Aaron Jones just got hurt again and took himself out, even though the game is over. Not many awards this week, but number 1, we have the Officially a Viking award. That goes to Will Reichert, the Vikings kicker. We had hopes for him earlier in the year that he was going to be a real reliable guy we could count on in the clutch and could kick those long field goals or even mid-range field goals, and we wouldn't have to worry. Well, you have to worry. Can't count on him. Kevin O'Connell will count on him to a fault, but I don't think we can. So he's officially a Viking. He's now a kicker that is going to miss as much as he makes, and we're never going to quite know. But if the game is on the line, I think we kind of know what's going to happen. I'd also like to add a new segment. This is called Deep Thoughts by Tom Brady.
And now, Deep Thoughts.
Offenses always want to run good plays into good looks. Offenses always want to run good plays into good looks.
Offenses always want to run good plays into good looks.
Offenses always want to run good plays into good looks.
That's worth the $10 million a year they're paying him or whatever.
Offenses always want to run good plays into good looks. Off the fingertips of Taylor.
But I just say I remain so impressed by Sam Darnold. What do you have? 371 yards. He had the 1 interception, but he came right back and kept firing and kept completing passes, great passes, just throwing darts, throwing dimes. Just love his mental toughness and his mental makeup and his ability to get every last drop out of every play, just move in the pocket just enough to get that throw off before he's hit. And I just totally unimpressed by the Packers, as I usually am in these big games. They get built up as the greatest thing since sliced bread. And then they realize, oh, we have Jordan Love and no playmakers. And the one play they made, the interception, the guy fumbled. Packers recovered it, but that's the one play you made, you fumbled. And when the Vikings muffed a punt, Brandon Powell muffs a punt, there's nobody there to recover it. Powell just gets to fall on it. So, Packers are frauds, as they always are. The Vikings are great until they're not. And then it's a coin flip. And it's, unfortunately, they're 14-2, but they might be going on the road in the playoffs in the first round if they don't beat Detroit. So that's how it is. You got to beat Detroit. Hopefully Dan Campbell doesn't take out too many knees on the Vikings. I have no idea what's going to happen next week. I never have any idea. The Vikings are just unpredictable. They can't play any better than they played in the first 3.5 quarters today. There's just no, they were amazing. They got Darnold. They got Justin Jefferson. They got Jordan Addison. And they got Cam Akers actually stepping up. Aaron Jones is going to be hurt half the game. So Cam Akers made some plays. In that pass rush. They need that pass rush. Having Pace back. I don't know that he made any plays, but you could see him being disruptive. Cashman being disruptive. Grenard. Be aggressive on the pass rush. And Darnold. Let's go.